Hello, welcome to this video series on MDX for SQL developers. I'm Nasir Ali Mirza at DoSQLBI.com. In this presentation, we'll talk about MDX query filters. We'll now take a look at having clause. We got a glimpse of that earlier in some of the examples. What we have right now on the screen is a SQL example that is making use of the having clause. Having clause saying product category name is equal to accessories. Let's run this query and let's see what is SQL equivalent of that. I have an example already written. Whatever we use in the having clause should not be a level. It should be the attribute hierarchy, a non-level attribute hierarchy. So it's saying product category is equal to accessories. And here in the SQL we had said it is equal to accessories. We can do some simple changes like this. We say having this not equal to accessories and we get the other two, and we can do same thing in the MDX query and we get the other list, though we got the null which is component 1 as well. We have another example. Let's run this and see what happens. We get a message, a level expression was used. So having doesn't allow the level to be used. So we use the category level. So if I come to product and then category, we use this, which is product category category, product category category, and it's not allowed. Let's see another example. This example again is making use of having clause, and it is just saying the hard-coded value of true instead of any condition. So by this we should be getting everything as if this having clause was not there at all. Or if I say having hard-coded to false, then nothing should come up. So when we change it to false, we see no out. Let's see another example. In this example, the having clause is using the function inString. Now it's saying inString product category, current member, properties, member caption. Member caption is starting with C. So if the member caption is starting with C equal to 1, then it will satisfy that condition. So we got clothing and components. So the objective is that we can build various types of conditions with the having clause using various MDX constructs. One more example. So again, using the having clause where we say internet order quantity is greater than 240. So internet order quantity is 240. Now if I comment it out here and I uncomment it here on axis 0, let's run this query again. In this case, everything is coming because the rows are produced by axis 1, so the filter condition got to be on that axis to filter out the data. See one more example. In this example, having is using internet order quantity and date calendar quarter of year as quarter 4. Let's run this query. So this is what we get, and if we remove the second condition, then we get all the 4 quarters. Let's continue with the examples. Here we are using having and between sort of syntax. So we say having internet order quantity greater than or equal to 200 and internet order quantity less than or equal to 220. Let's run this query. So whatever values we see down here, they are between this range. One last example with the having, where we say having product category not equal to components and product category not equal to clothing, and then we have clubbed the other filter conditions like range and exclusion, and we run this query. So this is what we got. Let's switch back to our presentation. So we saw within the sets how we can use filter by specifying the data member within the tuple. We saw the range operator, we saw this minus operator as an excluding something from the set, and then we saw the various ways we can use the having clause. Next we'll take a look at the filter function and how it is used in MDX queries. Let me switch to SQL Management Studio. I have an example here which is a SQL query, and it says English country region name in Germany and France. So I get the list in the output with those two country names. Now in this MDX query that you see, I'm using the filter function where first specifying what is that set that we have, and then after comma we mention the condition. In our case, we mention the condition as country.current member name is equal to Germany or name is equal to France. So we see that as an output. Again, the filter function, we mention the set, and then I'm hard coding the value true here, something that we saw just a moment back with the having clause. So I'm getting the list of all, and if I change this to false, we don't get anything as an output. One last example with the filter is, in SQL we can use something like this, where we use a like operator. So if I run this query, I'll see all those country names which start with U, alphabet U. So we see United Kingdom and United States. Let's switch to the MDX window. Now here I use the filter function, I give the attribute name, and then I'm again using in string. In string we are saying current member caption starts with U, and we say 1. So again, United Kingdom and United States, if I have to make it as not equal to 1, then I see the list that don't start with the alphabet U. Let's switch back to presentation. We saw the filter function and how it could be used. Now we have to look at the where clause, how we can use that in the MDX queries. We had seen this example before. So it's a SQL statement which simply says where English country region name is equal to Australia. If I run this query, I see Australia as an output, and when I go to MDX window, we can put the same sort of condition in the MDX where clause. In this SQL query, the where clause says sales territory country is equal to this and currency name is equal to US dollar, or country is United Kingdom and currency name is United Kingdom pound. Let's run this query. So we see some value. I have an MDX example of this. XS0 has internet sales amount, and then there's a product on XS1, but my where clause says where clause is a set made of two tuples. The first tuple says territory dimension, sales territory dimension, sales territory country, and it specifies as United States, and that tuple is again referring to source currency, which is US dollar. So these two conditions within the tuple go as and then second tuple in this set becomes an or, which is United Kingdom and United Kingdom pound. Let's run this query. So the figure it produced is this, which is same as this. Here though we see the fractional value as well. Let's see some more MDX examples. In this MDX query, we have two accesses, one referring to internet sales amount, another to product category, and the where clause says date.calendar year 2007. It produces the list of all the product category, but internet sales amount, this data is belonging to year 2007. If we comment it out, the numbers should change. The number values should change. Now here if we remember it's 9791, let's see. Now it's becoming a huge figure here. One last example in this again, we have an MDX query on XS0, we say calendar year.children, and then on XS1 we say product category. Let's run this query. The numbers that we see are internet order quantity. Now if I comment it out, I want to see other one, which is internet sales amount. The previous one was quantity, which is this. Say all the quantities in 2005 are 1013. Let's see what is the internet sales amount. Internet sales amount is this figure. So what we put in the where clause affects the data that is retrieved from the query. Otherwise, if you see in this, we have not mentioned on any of the axes whether we want internet order quantity or we want internet sales amount. But even from the where condition, it is picking up that what value it should bring up. Let's switch back to presentation. So that covers the where clause, how we can use it in the MDX queries. I'm Nasir Ali Mirza at DoSQLBI.com.